Rise and Shine Las Vegas. And, behind the scene, we had a little bit discussion about this because it's not only us right here sitting down, kind of like have disagreements on things, but I think this is a big issue
It is.
our county or in our state right now. It's because it's not just because we have kids going school in Clark County or whatever county in Las Vegas, but it's because I believe we are in the 50th with the statistics, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
48th.
48,
Well,
yeah, some-
it depends.
We're in the
Right.
yeah.
I
yeah,
last
that's
heard
right.
49, so
Yes.
it's one of the three.
When I moved,
That's the state of Nevada.
But it's the whole entire state.
Right.
Yes, not
the
just
state of
right.
Nevada. Statistics put them between 48 and 50th, which is
In the nation.
in the nation, which is the bottom end. That's
Yes.
not where we want to be.
No.
Yeah.
So that's not the statistic. That's not the one we're proud of. Now again, you both went to Clark County school districts.
Oh, I did not attend.
But your kids did.
I've been here for
And
33
you-
years.
But
yeah.
when your kids went, and when you went, you got an education that these kids today are not getting.
Right.
Correct?
Correct.
Would you
They
agree with
did.
that also?
They do. Yeah.
So the problem is within the last 10 years, and
That's a lot.
certainly exasperated by the shutdown. Now I don't know how long the state of Nevada has been in the bottom percentage,
Forever.
right?
I mean, a
I
very,
guess.
very
But that
long
certainly
time.
can't be a number
Over
that
10,
educators
50
are
years.
proud
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
so how we were talking about this. One of the school here in the Clark Country was actually been nominated or awarded something. Remember we were talking about this few weeks ago.
It was one of the magnets, or maybe it was a charter.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
sure
charter.
it was probably.
So
is
is
it
that-
Sloan Canyon Pinecrest?
Is the
The
charter
same.
and the public school? What are the difference between those?
Good
The
question.
difference between a charter and a public school is the funding is the same. It's just we're not under the umbrella of Clark County School District. So Pinecrest, for instance, they have their own school district.
Oh.
And I wanted to clarify on pay for teachers because I made a choice 3 years ago. Their pay is very competitive, and
They're who?
charter schools are
Okay.
very competitive in pay, and we're seeing a lot of teachers coming over to charters because we are providing an education that is really highly competitive and pushing to hit the top of the bar. But there are a lot of schools in the Clark County School District that do a phenomenal job.
Absolutely.
And so we cannot, like I said, knock any teachers,
Oh.
knock anything about Clark County School District. I am not blaming Clark County School District. I had 5 that had education and that had a good education. So it's just at this point, at this juncture, we have been low within those bottom 3 numbers for, like she said, probably 15 years. At some point, we have to try something else because what we're doing hasn't worked. And it hasn't worked for such a long period that it has to be about our kids. And I think everybody has that in their heart. We all want to do better for kids, right?
Laura,
I agree. We all need to get from. We're all trying to get to a certain place. We just have different methods of getting there.
Yes.
We want to get off the bottom.
Of course we do.
Yes. We
Um,
have the same
but
common
it's-
goal. We have common goal.
If we compare ourselves to any other school district, we speak over 128 languages in the Clark County School District. That's phenomenal. Not very few school districts have that same statistic, and that it's how can you. That requires a lot of funding to support those children or those students, that need that extra oomph and that extra attention because they're not a native speaker. So that is unique to Clark County. So when you take a look at how large the school district, there's so many other factors that are underlying why we're 48th. Funding, for example, I think last place I checked was Connecticut. They fund their students almost twice as much as we do per student. So that's funding. I mean, funding is the bottom line. If you want to put your money where your mouth is, actually, if you care about our kids, then we need more money. We need to, and of course, us Nevadans are very against a personal income tax, which I agree. Being a native
We have
Nevadan
actually
myself.
somebody's question. Wanted to ask a question.
Oh, so it seemed that there was sort of this push-pull between whether having a big school district is better or having a small school district is better, or maybe somehow there's pros and cons. I was struggling to understand what's the fundamental issue that having a small district solves that having a big district doesn't, and then maybe you can talk about how the big district approaches solving the same issue,
Wow.
versus,
Very good question.
That's a
Yeah.
very good
That
question.
is a good question.
Let's start with LA County. LA Unified School District. They are funded. They're funded at way more than Nevadans fund our education system. New York, for example, they have one. They're one of the top 5 largest. So they're not 49th. They're not. And so I guess I haven't seen the proof that breaking it up makes it better. To me, it just exports more the same problems that the big district had. Now you're going to have them dispersed among smaller districts. And the Clark County has the ability to negotiate, because who else is buying 50,000 books? We have the ability in Clark County Clark County School District has the ability to negotiate. We have the upper hand because we're such a large district. We have the upper hand at purchasing. Matter of fact, when Clark County School District purchases
water.
purchases books, purchases buses, those buses are actually used almost everywhere else in the state, because Clark County can afford to buy them, whereas smaller counties like Lincoln and Nye cannot. So
I just feel like it's such a simple answer to that. Anytime you have anything that is so large that it becomes hard to manage, and we see a lot of that in the Clark County School District, is being able to manage this size. I think they try really hard. The bottom line is, smaller is easier to manage, and Henderson wants it. So I think we have to look at what our residents want, what our parents want, and what's best for our kids. And that's and buying books, and as a small charter school with Pinecrest, a small district of 6 schools, we do great. So I think that's the biggest evidence, is looking at charters who are already doing it in a small capacity, looking at other states, which the most do in a smaller school district, and that this allows us to be able to have better management of our schools. But the bottom line still keeps coming back to, we've done it this way from the beginning of time, and with our growth and most of our growth happened, 80% of our growth happened since 2000, okay? So God bless the Clark County School District for trying to keep up with that, because it would have been hard for anyone. But now we have to make a decision, and we're ready to, Henderson would love to be able to have its own school district, and I really feel strongly that we need to care more about what our number is. We haven't come off that number. We haven't come off of above 48 in years.
Right. No,
So we got to do something, guys. We have to do something.
funding.
Just saying
it comes
that.
down to funding. You
Yeah.
can't
and manage,
Right.
negotiate.
uh,
Negotiating is so much more important when you're underfunded. So I
Yes.
get her point that you have to watch. So, but it really comes to and
But it can be done on a small level, because we do it every day in a charter. So
Right.
And you kept saying management. So management, yes, management. It keeps coming back to the management of the school district. So if you
If we have a better,
Thank you.
If
we have better management,
but we've
it'll-
tried everything. I
No,
mean, we
we-
have
we
switched up
tried
our
everything but funding.
superintendents.
exactly,
We tried
everything.
everything but funding. I totally agree with her, and I would never say don't fund better, right? We definitely, to her point, I agree. And I'm not knocking anybody who's done any of the management of the Clark County School District. I'm just saying it's a heavy lift.
Yeah, and
To
it's a hard
manage
decision. Yeah,
we
and
make
the
that.
decision.
another tourist tax.
Well,
to fund
yeah, that doesn't
education.
work.
And
Why can't
That
we?
doesn't work
Yeah,
because
it
it doesn't
yeah.
work because eventually
Yeah.
that
They just
pot
take it and they
gets
put it
pulled
into
away for something else
They
or
put it
something.
in the general fund.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've had a
Or-
lot of
No,
stuff
Yeah.
on the
in
general
Texas,
fund.
the lottery was supposed to be exclusively
Exactly.
for education. That
Exactly.
lasted 1 year, and then they changed the law
Exactly.
and it went to the general
Our
fund.
cannabis money.
I was gonna say, wasn't that a
Yeah,
Again,
that was a big point.
Originally, all to go to education.
Yes.
It lasted a year,
Think-
and then they fund it. Then they put it in the general fund.
So my
Exactly.
question is, if Henderson alone would like to to be separated, do you get permission from where,
Yeah,
or you
didn't you
guys
say
just
there's a petition being passed around, or what did?
There is, and it will probably hit a ballot, which really, as much as I would like to have this happen a different way, I really am for people, residents making that decision. The voters need to make that decision. And so, although this has been an awesome conversation and to be able to look at a different viewpoint, I feel that they need to decide. It really bothers me when one person, a representative in anything, says this is the way it is, because it's really up to, I think, the voters, and I would like to see it go to a ballot question and let them figure
so
it
when
out.
you said when you
What do they
said
want for their children?
so when you said the voters had to decide, are you talking about only the voters of Henderson or the whole Las
that'd be a
Vegas?
county wide.
It'd be a
it would
statewide.
be, yeah,
It'd have to be
it would be a statewide question because it impacts, even though
Might
we're
be
saying
statewide.
let's opt out, what to her point is it is going to impact other parts of our school district. So it would impact Vegas. It will impact North Las Vegas, although I hear North Las Vegas is pretty much right on board on it. But you know what? Again, I really think that the voters need to decide on this because it's, I think, fair. Because I have my opinion and she has a differing opinion, it means that there are people that have different opinions out there, and so let's find out what's best.
So,
I just want it to change.
so
I think those opinions are closer than you think.
Oh no, I agree.
I think you
Oh,
both,
yeah, no, I
you both
agree on a
have
lot,
you both
sure.
have
Yeah, I
you
agree.
both have the students at the heart
Yes,
of
Absolutely.
which is
We do.
beautiful.
we should actually bring this conversation to court. Is that what or
It
no,
will
it's
have
a
to.
community or
Yes,
something?
we should. That's a
community,
great idea.
Community. What do you
Um,
call that? What do you call the meeting
A
for?
community forum or a
panel.
town
Yeah,
hall.
but-
or-
yeah.
A town hall. There you go.
No, I'm.
There you go.
And
That's the next
I want to
show.
stream. I want to stream that. But anyways, yeah, that you guys are really good guests. I really love it. Enjoy the conversation today, and we hope that we actually enlighten and inspires others right there. Speak up. What is your own, point of view about this, about this topic? And you are running for Councilwoman at Henderson. Go
Right.
ahead and give your information.
Well, and can we talk? Do we have a minute to talk about public safety at all?
Okay, go
Because
ahead.
I don't mind talking about education. I'm an educator, but in Henderson, something that's really important is that we do have a public safety crisis looming. It's important to know that we're down 40% in officers. Our crime is up. We have 91% increase in robbery, 88% in burglary. This all comes out of our crime analysis unit. These are the numbers coming straight out of Henderson. And the FBI was so concerned when they saw this, they actually called our city, and this is in an email to me, from the crime analysis unit that said that they were so concerned about our city numbers.
Oh my
And
God.
so what's most important, and education is very important to me, don't get me wrong, but right now, public safety has to be at the forefront because that helps education. You have to have that blanket of protection for our schools as well. I just need residents to get out and really vote. Get out and vote and check the box for Carrie Cox, and this is why. I'm endorsed by the Henderson Police Officers Association, Supervisors Association, NAPSO, the Henderson Professional Firefighters. We need your support. They need your support. When you call 911, you want someone to be able to get there and get there quick. We are to a point that we have to make sure that your safety is at the forefront. So please, supporting me is supporting them. And my information is you can call me at 702-306-3302 or or email me at votecarriecox@gmail.com or visit votecarriecox.com for more information. I have a very big situation right now going on where the opponent is doing a smear campaign. And so I just ask that anybody that wants to call me, get to know me, ask me questions, I'm happy to do that, because the email blasts and the text messages and the mailers and everything that are going out, you know, politics is so dirty and so awful. I'm not even a politician. That's how bad I don't like it. I'm doing this to help our city. So please make sure you call me, check out your facts, because I can provide all the information they need. And I just ask that they do that, because optics are big in campaigns, and you just want to make sure you're voting for the right person. So,
Yes, vote for the right person, and November 8th is the election day.
yes,
right?
And we got our early ballots
Ballots
early.
are in.
So if you have your
can
mail-in
mail.
ballot, you can mail it in at any time. So early
Saturday
voting-
starts early voting in person.
Oh, my information.
But
Reach me at
before
Laura.
before that,
Go
I
ahead.
want to ask you a question.
Okay, ma'am.
So she ran for mayor in North Las Vegas, because you were not in the general election.
That's
Now,
true.
what are your platforms to still helping the North Las Vegas?
Oh, well, I'm a regent for the Nevada System of Higher Education, and so my area covers all of North Las Vegas. That still education.
Can you please include us in Summerlin, please? No, just kidding.
Maybe one day. But no. So that's my concern, because I believe that education is the first step out of poverty. It's the truest step out of poverty, and it can raise our work ethic. It can raise the companies that approach Nevada, so we can diversify our economy. So all that hinges on education. So that's how I will continue to help my community.
She's still
Awesome.
still doing public service,
Yeah.
guys. And I know she's gonna run on the next election, right? But anyway, well, I just kind of.
she's a diehard. That's awesome.
What's your
Well, I'm
if
hooked
they
now,
want?
you
Big
know.
I know,
respect.
right?
I have a
Yes.
job to do, and I can see the light
Yes.
at the end of the tunnel. So
There you
yes.
go, girl.
Exactly, right?
Go.
So what's your where they can contact you?
Laura E. Perkins at lauraperkins.org. My phone number, area code 702-460-2207. And I'm on Instagram, TikTok, L Perkins, the number 4, North Las Vegas, abbreviated NLV.
Yes. And you also have social media, right?
Yes, I also
Facebook,
have Facebook, Instagram. Go on my
Everywhere.
Facebook.
Yes.
There's a great article from Victor Jacks that was done on Sunday about Henderson's crime numbers. He validates those, and so please check that out. And yeah, you can check me out on
Yes.
Facebook, and please do. It's just, I appreciate both of you for taking the time to have people on that care about our community, care about education, care about everyone. I mean, that's what we need.
Because
People
we
that
care.
are willing, because we
Thank you.
care.
Yes.
And Carrie cares.
I remember
Carrie
that.
cares.
We appreciate
She
y'all
cares.
coming in.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate your passion.
Thank you so much,
so
Thank you
guys.
very
Always
much.
a pleasure.
And thank you so much, viewers. I hope you guys learn a new different level of Rise and Shine Las Vegas. We are only here to keep jokes about our Las Vegas. It's a good news actually, right?
Right.
But this time is literally I'm just so enlightened and so joyful for
Get
having-
out and vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Amen.
Please.
Yes.
Please.
Well, anyways, I think that's all for today.
That's our time. Thank you
Thank
for coming
you
in.
so
That was
much.
very
Thank you.
much
Thank
fun.
you.
That was great. Very
And we will
informative.
see you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow, Mark Robertson running for U.S. Senate and Brandon Davis running for governor tomorrow here at Rise and Shine Las Vegas. So please stay tuned tomorrow as well. Have a
Thank you.
great day.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.